Well, hello, Darlene. It is lovely to see your name pop up. Oh, it is with a very, very heavy heart that I come to you today. So, um, eh, I will get through this, won't I? We will all get through this. Wow, what a crazy world we live in. I don't ever like to talk about politics or anything on my channel, and therefore I will not. But first of all, Darlene, welcome here. Today is my daughter's 45th birthday. Angela is 45 today. So happy anniversary to Angela. And I know she does not watch my lives, so that's okay. I can still say that, can't I? And tragically, 9/11 is 9/11. And so the news is just flooded with everything about 9/11. So I'm just like, ugh, I am heavy-hearted today. And then there is the beautiful person, Charlie Kirk, who was murdered senselessly yesterday and leaves behind a beautiful wife and two small children, and my heart is just breaking. And so I actually just finished having a little bit of a cry here. And so he speaks out. He's a very strong Christian man, loves the Lord, and he speaks truth, and he speaks for a lot of times for the unborn. Okay, hi Dar, you're in both places. That's wonderful. And you know, I totally I offer grace, and I understand when people say, well, it's my body, it's my choice, right? And so whether I agree with that statement or not, that's what a lot of people say. Dean had a conversation with someone a while ago, and when I'm done this, we're going to get on to why we're here, and it kind of puts a whole perspective into that comment, my body, my choice. So when he was chatting with someone, you know what? I'm sorry. I need to put my thing on Do Not Disturb here. There we go. Live video for 1 hour. Sorry, Dar, I forgot to do this. So in chatting with someone about my body, my choice, Dean then said, okay, how many grandchildren do you have, or how many children do you have? Okay, so it doesn't matter where you lie in life, or even if you don't have children or grandchildren, then how many friends do you have? How many neighbors do you know? Anyway, what he was getting at, so he did say to the person, how many grandchildren do you have? And he says, well, I actually have six grandchildren. And he said, okay, I want you, in your mind, to line up these 6 grandchildren. I'm going to lose it here. And I want you to choose which one you don't want, because that child was aborted. And that person just stopped cold in their tracks, because they were like, oh man, I never thought of it that way. And that's the way I think of it. So I offer grace, I do, and I don't despise anyone for decisions that they make. But choose this day who you will serve, or choose this day of your children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews who you would say, yeah. And so anyway, sorry, I'm on my soapbox here right now. Anyway. Hello, bonjour. Yeah, isn't that something, Dar? Like choose. Okay, then you choose which one. I choose not to. I choose to have all my children. And when you've lost a grandchild, or when you've lost a child, it also kind of puts a little perspective into that too, right? The second conception happens, if that's the right word. That's a life. That's a life, and it doesn't matter that it's just a tadpole. No, it's not, or whatever you want to call it. Hi, Gail. I was just sharing some heavy moments on my heart here. So please go back and listen to the replay when we're done. But Gail, I'm happy you're here. Don't forget to share. I can enter your name for the draw along with these beautiful ladies. So, hello, bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in East St. Paul, Manitoba, Canada. I love my children. I love my grandchildren. I love my friends. I would not choose that any of them should perish. But when you know the Lord and when you have asked Him into your heart, you will not perish, okay? Because then your name is written in the book of life. Yeah, it's sitting here waiting for you, and it will be here for BYOP. So let me just remind you of a few things. Anyone that places a $45 order with me this month, it ends at the end of this month, you will be entered in the draw for this beautiful, discontinued Starstruck embossing folder. September tutorial bundles. If you are interested in this and you place a $65 order with me, you will receive this at the end of the month. If you don't want to place an order with me, but you are interested in a 22 project tutorial from Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from around the world, sorry, I have the hiccups. $25, let me know that you're interested in September 2025, and I will send that to you. BYOP, 6 p.m. My card class, Darlene, I sure hope you can still make it. I am moving that to 9 a.m. Something has come up, okay? And so I need to move that to 9 a.m. Now, if the girls that said they wanted to come can't make it at 9 a.m., let me look at my calendar. I can possibly move that to the Wednesday morning, but I think that affects some of the girls. So I did send an email out about that. Here are my October and November date for classes, subject to change. When is BYOP? It's right here, and you signed up and your name is in there, Gail. So that is Monday at 6 p.m., okay? And then doors close at 8:50. This way by 9 o'clock, which is when class ends, I have an evening to kind of catch my breath, okay? So that is Monday the 15th, Gail, okay? And you are on there. And these are just my QR codes if you want to do a fast link. Oh, Darlene, that's great. That's great. Hello, Angela. Welcome here. And here are some more QR codes for other classes. So this will take you to the BYOP, which is Bring Your Own Project. You just come, you work on whatever it is that you're working on, and you can use all of my supplies, my dies, my embossing folders. I have items for sale, like the exhaustible items are for sale if you are interested in that, okay? Paper share, I have 2 left if anybody is interested, and I should have brought them forward, but I forgot. So you get a little taste of all of it. So if you bought it all, like if you're really interested in the design paper and you bought it all, it would cost you, let me see, hang on, it would cost you about $170. So for $50, you'll get a taste of it all. So the 12 by 12 are cut to 12 by 6, and the 6 by 6 you receive 1 sheet of all, okay? So here is my prize draw for this month. Any order that is over $45, okay? Let's get on to the card. Let's make a card, and I'm not even going to show you. I want to start with I'm going to start with this one. I'm hoping to knock off two. I'm hoping to knock off two, okay? I love my ribbon boxes. I do. You know what? Let me show those to you. So here are just a few. There are different measurements as well. So your ribbon sits in here, and you don't have this hot mess in your drawer. Okay, so these are in kind of this twin pack because these are sold as a twin pack. So they belong in the twin pack. So you've got 3/8 of an inch ribbon. These are a quarter. These are an 8. There's a 1/4 inch. Here's another 3/8 of an inch. So they are great. And Darlene calls them, Dar, you might have to help me with this. Darlene calls them the Ribbon Tamer book because they sit like a book. They're beautiful. So watch when I don't know if you're going to see that on my shelf. Where are they? They are right there. That's them on my shelf, okay? So they do come in different sizes. And if you do have if you do own a scoreboard and you have lost or you want more of these little gray markers, so let's say I know I can't pick it up. I want a 5-inch score, that will mark it. Well, Darlene has created some new ones, some beautiful red ones. So if you need some score marker tab things, I'm not sure what they're called, Darlene sells these as well. Okay, so here we go. Let's create a card. We're going to start with a card base that is 8.5 by 4 1/4, and I scored that at 4 1/4. So that gives us our A2 card base. Okay, then I am so excited about this. Okay, this is a current bundle. It's one of the new bundles, and you know what? I'm sorry, I can't remember if it is on or in the catalog or if this is an online exclusive. So do not forget about the online exclusives, okay? Oh, you should have had some when you bought yours, but yeah. So I took these dies, which are, I'm stuck, which are absolutely fabulous. I took the largest, and then I took the second largest, or the second smallest from the largest, and see how that will create a frame. Okay, so that's what I did with this. Okay, so we're going to pretend that this is still together. Here's a little cheat way to save on paper. So I die cut my Azure Afternoon using the largest one. Okay, then I took, so here's the bundle. Whoops, that's not the bundle. Here is the bundle that I'm using today for the card. Okay, so the Coneflower Celebrations. So then I took this die and I die cut that out because you know what? This panel is getting covered with a crumb cake panel. Okay, so that for that one I used the next one in line, and then I ran it through the embossing folder using the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. So I cut it first and then I embossed it. So if you emboss it first and then cut, what's going to happen is you're going to kind of flatten all of your raised area, and you don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and, ladies, I am going to, all of those that shared will be entered in the draw. If you do share, let me know so I can add your name. I'm going to pop these in my little bucket so I don't lose them. we're going to grab our silicone mat, because you know that's what I love to work on. And we're going to just put adhesive down on here. Whatever the adhesive of your choice is, okay? Let's get that down on here. And I am going to do that right on my silicone mat because I put adhesive in the center. So we're just kind of eyeballing even, like so, okay? I didn't do too bad. Okay, see all my glue? I could have avoided the center and I wasn't thinking. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna put that whole thing down right away. And then we're not worried about that glue. Now, I think we've got a new gal on today, and her name is Angela. So, Angela, if you're still here, welcome, welcome. Let's put that right down on there. So we are creating some beautiful interest. Now, let's get our flower together. Okay, this is crazy. So we die cut. Let me pull all of that out. So these are the dies for the Coneflower celebration. Okay, that's I think that's everything. Yeah. So this is this detailed one, so you can see how it's got some beautiful lines in there. And then I die cut these ones, which is, okay, where did all my dies go? These ones right here. So that creates kind of a dimension because these pop out, okay? And I did put adhesive sheets on it, and I'm going to show you why. So along with that are the other two leaves that fit in there. We're going to grab Granny Apple Green, which is that color, Granny Apple Green. And you know what? I'm going to grab a sponge dauber. Because rather than brushing this, I think I want to pounce on it. So this one is my green one. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper because I don't want to make a mess everywhere. And we're going to just kind of mess these up along with our stem. Okay, so that is also part of the die. Let's see how clean that is. That's not too bad. And I think it does look like it's Granny Apple Green. So rather than brush, I'm going to just pounce on here. And I'm just trying to give it a little bit of dimension so it's not just this solid Granny Apple Green. And on here too. And that one. And then these guys, which are going on top. So I want a little more on there. Okay, let's get that backing off. And I want to work on my silicone mat for this. Make sure I am in camera. So oftentimes, if you, where's my take your pick tool? Hopefully this is going to work because lots of times when you go live, what you're working on decides to make a liar out of you. I like to kind of bend it, and it mostly, see how I'm bending it? Or not bending it, I'm kind of more turning it. It pretty much pokes all of that out. So then we're going to just lay, come on little guy, out of my way. Let's lay that down on top. Of this one here. And then just give that a nice little burnish. So now you've kind of created a dimensional leaf, which is really cool. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to work on the right side. We're going to get that started. Whoops, I think I just had it. There it is. Get that started. I love my adhesive sheets. There it is. And we're gonna just roll it. I guess that's a better word, is rolling it off. And see how all of the die cut comes out. Darlene, I love this bundle. It is so fun. So we're just going to kind of line up the design. There we go. So we've got our 2 leaves and our stem. And now we're going to move on to something super fun. We've got, so we're working with Azure Afternoon. I've got a larger piece of Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to grab the stamp of the coneflower. We're going to pick that up, and we are going to ink that up using Azure Afternoon on that panel, okay? So we're basically just doing tone on tone, okay? Darlene, did you grab this bundle? I can't remember if you have it or not. Let's ink that up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp it at the bottom of that panel, okay? Right like so. Give that ink a chance to soak in. And there it is. And now we're going to grab our cut and emboss machine and the largest die in that bundle, which is not there. Okay, I had it. There it is, right here. This guy. Now, I'm glad I picked it up that way. And I'm going to bring the camera closer. Oh no, you didn't get the bundle. So see how this, oh, I'm a hot mess. I'm glad I noticed that. Okay, so this is not matching up down there. We're going to have to flip it this way and see how that is matching up with the design. That's the way we want it to be. So let's get that down with a little bit of Post-it note tape, or you can use, what's the word I'm looking for? Removable tape. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's pick that whole thing up, and we're going to run that through our cut and emboss machine. There it is, peeking out. I love this color. Now hopefully I have time for my next card, and I'll actually give you a choice because I cut 2 kits out so that I am ready to do a reel or a YouTube short with the other one. So now this is what we have, and we're just going to fold that. There's actually a little score line, and this is going to go on top of that to give it even a little more dimension. But we want to grab our blending brush, and we want to grab Azure Afternoon, and I just want to give this a little more dimension, kind of closer to the top of the petals, just so that it's not so flat, okay? So we're going to pick up some ink and we're going to work from the top down, okay? And I'm not worried about how dark this gets. I just want to come, and I'm going to do half of this and show you the difference when you do this. So I'm not going back and forth because I don't want to bend those, but I'm just going in one direction. So see how these petals have nothing on it, and this one kind of has like a little bit of an ombre effect? That's what we want. And now let's hold it there. I'm going to get ink all over my fingers. Let's hold it with the Take Your Pick tool. So I want it nice and dark, kind of right at the top, but I'm trying not to go too far down. And I think I like that. Okay. Next is, let's put our center, and I cut early espresso, and we're going to put that down on there. Okay. Get that out of the way. Now, should I dimension this or... I didn't on my other cards, but I wonder if that would be really cool if we did. Let's give it a go. If I don't like it, I can always remove the dimensionals. We're going to put 3. I don't want my center to cave in. And we're going to pop that down right on there. Yeah, I like it with dimensionals. That's awesome. And now we're going to put glue just on the back of that. Just here. And if you want, you can put a little bit on the petals, but don't go all the way down. You kind of want it kind of free-flowing. So is this a birthday card? What is this? Is this a thinking of you card? What is this? Let's see. Let's grab some sentiments because we've created a little book. Gail, you have to recreate this card, okay? Isn't that fun with all the dimension of the color here? And I guess I could have done it on the under, but we're going to put a little sentiment right here. Tone on tone, we're going to use Azure Afternoon for that. And so let's see what we've got. I've got Happy Belated Birthday. So start thinking about what sentiment. I'm just going to grab what I have in front of me. I also have Branching Out. So if there is a sentiment in there that you like, what else do I have on here? I just happen to have this, which is a fabulous, fabulous bundle. I can't wait to play with this. Where's the, I'll have to find them. It's so fun. I've got a dimensional stuck to me. So you've got this, best ever, just a note, happy back to school. That's not really a back to school issue. So please let me know what sentiment you would like. Because I'm going to stand here till you tell me, because I can't think. I don't have the capacity in my brain today to think. Happy belated birthday, thank you, celebrating you, you made my day, or it's your day, hello, thinking of you brings joy to my heart. That's kind of cute, actually. Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. Happiest birthday wishes. Please, someone, anyone, let me know It's your day. Thank you, Dar. Let's do it. It's your day. That is going to go right here. Then we're going to carry on with the rest of our card. Is that block big enough? Just, no, you know what? I want a little bit of a bigger block. There we go. Let's get that inked up, tone on tone. Where to go? And let's pop that right down there. If you're going to put a sentiment inside that little flower flap, that's what I'm going to call it, you want to do that before you adhere that to your card base. Okay? So it's your birthday, or it's your day, so we're going to decorate the front of the card as a birthday scene. Did anybody see where I put my card? There it is. Okay, let's start building this. So that stem is going to go underneath here. And you know what I'm going to do? Hang on one second. Let's build our flower. And I'm like, obviously it's going to come past the little frame that we made. And then that can go here. And that can go there. And I think I like that the flower is kind of crooked. I wonder if it should be straight. No, definitely not. Okay, we're going to grab a little piece of press and seal, and we're going to just put that down on our flower. I think I still have some press and seal left on there. And let's remove that. Okay, so we know that's the placement that we want. So now let's put a little dab of glue there. A little dab under there. And it's going to ooze. So let's pick this up so it can share some of that glue. And then we're going to put that whole thing down using dimensionals. Okay? So I'm just going to, am I going to leave it on the press and seal? Let's see here. You can get press and seal, I believe, at the dollar store or at Superstore. That glue is kind of letting me know where I want to go. Okay, we're going to put dimensionals behind all of this. I've got some big for this flower, and this is why on the back side of this, Gail, thank you, you want to what am I trying to say here? You want to stamp that on the back side of that, okay? And now we're going to just put a little bit on the leaves. Here's a nice thin one. Let's put that on the stem. So I'm kind of picking and choosing the sizes along the way here. There's a little guy there. Stuck to my nail. Do I have another little one? I think I want another little one right here. You know what? You can never have too many dimensionals. And now with this and my snips, this is what I like to do with these long, narrow ones. at the edge. I just kind of cut my adhesive posts, I'm going to call them. Let's pick that up. Gail, I'm going to write your name down right away. I'm going to avoid this because I want all of these to be the same height. And then we're going to put one right down here. Let's add Gail's name before I forget. So Gail, and I'm going to pop you in there as well. Okay, back to our card. Now you can dust this if you want. You can give it kind of a little bit of a vintage look if you want. Just grab crumb cake and a brush and just lightly give it a little bit of dimension by just doing tone on tone, okay? But I chose to keep it clean. It's a look that I think most people either love or they don't. Or I guess there's some that could take it or leave it, and I'm good either way, but I know some people just really do not like that kind of patina brushed look. They feel it looks dirty. Okay, so we're going to pick up our flower and we're going to place that down on our card, making sure that nothing is overhanging, okay? I want to use this beautiful gold ribbon, and I'm going to grab my ribbon maker, and I'm going to come this way with it. So I kind of cross here in the front, I bring it over, and I tuck under. These are no longer available for sale, but if you have someone that is a woodworker, I'm sure they can do it for you. And then let's just give that a little tug. Grab your scissors, and there's no waste. There's no waste. Hopefully my tail is not too long. See how beautiful that is? Darlene, thank you. It's so nice to have them out and have a spot for them. I'm just going to cut a smidge off. We're going to put that down right here on our card, and I'm going to use a glue dot. So what I like to do with my glue dots, if it's a really small ribbon or twine, I roll it up in a ball, but this one is pretty much the same size as the ribbon. So I'm just going to give it a press and then lift it off. And then we're going to put that down right where the leaves meet the stem. And now let's do, we've got It's Your Day here. Let's do Happy Birthday. Okay? But I want just a strip. I want a small happy birthday. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to stamp this one, but watch. And we're going to do it on crumb cake. So I've got, I need a little crumb cake scrap. I might have to, ooh, this is just going to work. I normally don't, yeah, I think I'm going to have to stamp it twice. Okay, get my scrap again because I don't want to make a mess on my table. Gail, thank you. Let's grab a nice small block. Too small. Let's grab this one. And we're going to stamp this twice using crumb cake. Actually, we're not. We're going to stamp it using Versamark and gold embossing powder. Even better. Where is... And my gold is out. How perfect. We're going to quickly stamp this twice to print one of these ribbon tying tools. Oh, there you go. If you need mine for measurements, Dar, that is a fabulous idea. So we're going to quickly stamp happy over here, and then we're going to stamp birthday over there, and we're going to grab our gold embossing powder. And we're going to heat set that, and then we're just going to cut it. Darlene, that is a great idea. Let me know if you need my copy, because that might help. Okay, my cord was hung up on my stool. And before you heat set this, put your lid on your Versamark, as well as on your gold embossing powder, because that is very important, because that would be a hot mess, and it would not be a happy mess. Okay, so let's get that melted. Oh yeah. I mean, we've got the gold ribbon, so let's carry on. Let's carry on with it. We might as well do the whole thing so I'm not dealing with embossing powder. And let's get this cut. So you don't always have to stay like super true to what the stamp is. You can readjust it. So here's our happy, and let's take that off at the bottom, and let's just cut a little closer to the top using our H. So we're going to put dimensionals on there. So there's our happy, and then here's our birthday, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to trim it close to the bottom of the letters. And so it did say happy belated birthday, but now it just says happy birthday. Yeah, it might be easier if you have that kind of as a template. Okay, I think when you're doing dimensionals, you want to make sure always that none of your dimensionals are peeking behind where they're going, because then that just looks really sloppy. So we're going to just tuck those in, making sure that we're not going past. Let's see if that'll work. Just. So because this is like an octagon, you can have the points at the top of the DSP, or you can make sure that the straight line is also at the top of the cardstock. I mean, not DSP. Okay, let's remove our backing. I might not have time to complete a whole second card, but we could get it started. So you know what? I need some voices here. So we've got a vote happening. Should I make the second card in Melon Mambo or Daffodil Delight? So do you want a yellow card or a pink card? Please let me know. So we're going to put happy right there, and birthday is stuck to my finger. Happy birthday. And I want to cut a little closer to my H here because there we go. So there is our card. Isn't that so cute? It is so cute. Well, yeah, and here's a spoiler alert. Card class on Monday morning, that's what you're making, okay? Daffodil Delight. Okay, Gail, Daffodil Delight it is. Let's go with Daffodil Delight. And we'll see how far I can get. Daffodil Delight it is. And then I will, so see how I have everything ready? I'm going to do my short using my Melon Mambo, but we will create a Daffodil Delight card today. And hopefully I am going to just book through this. Okay? Not quite as much explanation. Craft sheet, or silicone mat, I mean. And I am going to, come on. Oh, please don't be empty yet. Thank you. I'm going to put that down like so. So there's our border. We're going to pop that whole thing onto the card base, and then we're going to build our flower. Card base. Close to the edges, but not too close. Get some in the middle. I have room, Gail. Come. That class, it's $20, and it comes with a... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, sorry. This is not the October class. This is not the September class. This is actually the October class. Monday's class, we are creating a very fun card using the notes and totes, and we are creating a little fence. So the front of your card is actually a fence. Okay, sorry, my bad. This is the October class. Okay, our card base is done. Let's move on to our card. We're going to grab Daffodil Delight because we want tone on tone. So there's our daffodil, or no, that's crushed curry. Daffodil Delight, where are you? Oh dear. There you are. And we're going to grab a little brush, and we're going to get some tone on tone. Get that nice and dark. Sorry, Gail. You'll still come? Okay, come. You'll love it. So that class, all of my card classes are $20, but you are going home with a card kit. An additional kit is $9 as usual, but you are also going home with a product. And so what you are going home with is a card kit that you're going to complete, and it's a super sweet card. And you are also going home with a full 6x6 pack of the beautiful gallery design paper. So that is Monday's class, okay? So come, we would love to have you. There is room. All of my favorite people will be there, and now that you're there, you get to be another one of my favorite people. Let's keep that out. Yeah, this is called What Not to Do. Don't stack. Don't stack. Put them individually. Let's make sure that we've got the blue off of here. Let's ink this up at the bottom. So this is the October class. I want to make sure that I'm well inked here. My Daffodil Delight is trying to tell me that it's thirsty. And I still see a little bit of blue sticking out. I don't think I cleaned my stamp very well. Hold that down for just a moment, giving that ink a chance to soak into the cardstock. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we will clean you later. Let's get our die cut. Figure out the way. And there it is. Ooh, I'm super close to the edge there. I think I will be okay. Make sure that doesn't move. Pop that down. It did move. I always like to kind of do a double check. There we go. That's better. Here it comes. So that's just all trash. Yes, Lucy, I am throwing this in the trash. So Gail, are you going to make this card? You should. There's my score line. See how it already gives me my score line? You can even just, when you stamp this and die cut it, it's a gift card. Like, you don't even have to make it into a card. The possibilities are endless. It is a gift card. Let's give that a burnish. I should have burnished my other one. It probably wouldn't have popped open as easily. There we go. That's better. Because you don't want it standing like that, right? Okay, we're going to put dimensionals behind there. Just 3 of them. Always in the middle. Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? We've got, what time is it? I've got 7 minutes. Okay, down it goes. There is a right and a wrong side to this. Let's build our flower. You want to use your card as, oh, you know what? We need to ink these up. We want to give that dimension. So we're going to grab our dauber and our garden green. And when you're doing that, you always want to use your card base as your dry fit. Okay, so we're pouncing. And pouncing. I like it a little darker for the top one. You don't have to, and you don't have to do any of this either, because that's the beautiful thing. It's your card. You get to do what you want. You want to make sure you are on the right side, because when you die cut, there's always a right side and a wrong side. Okay? Can you tell I'm blasting through this? It shows you how fast you can actually make this card. Come on, baby. This is probably the part that takes the longest. Sometimes there it is. And so now just kind of roll it off. See how I'm rolling? Roll it off. This is the larger one. Whoops. They fit just on a certain one. Easier to do it on your silicone mat, but let's see here. Can you hear Dean talking? I don't know if that comes through. Isn't this stunning on yellow? I love it. I love how, whoopsie, I just split the cardstock. I'm going to have to put a little dab of glue there. I don't know if his voice comes through. Oh yeah, you can hear him? Dear. I hope it's not really bad. Okay, and again, we're rolling. See how we're rolling? If you're ever using an intricate die cut and you have a really hard time getting all the little pieces off, here's a little trick for you. You're going to go to the store and you're going to buy a box of unscented, that's very important, it has to be unscented dryer sheets, okay? You're just going to cut it to size, whatever the size is that you need, and you're going to put that down on your bottom plate, and then your cardstock, and then your die, and all the little pieces, for the most part, come right off. Okay? Oh, I forgot to put this on. You're coming off. You are coming off. We're going to have to... That needs to go on there. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, why is that sitting on my desk? That's why it's sitting on my desk. There we go. Now we're going to put our... And I'm going to just put a little dot of glue on each of these. Did anyone notice that I had done that? There we go. And down that goes. Give that a chance to dry now that there's liquid glue on it. Okay. So here's our stem. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. Wow, this is making me really nervous doing it right on the... Just a tiny dot. A tiny dot. And let's put our flower right there. Okay? So now our stem is on there. That'll work. Okay, leaves. How are we doing for time? I have 2 minutes. We're not going to get the sentiment on, but we'll get it probably onto the card. And then I will do, that's a lot of glue. So when you put a lot of glue, just share it with the other piece. We're going to put that one here, and I put it on the wrong side. Of course I put it on the wrong side. I put it on the wrong side. We want it right here. Right here. Come on, there we go. Right there. Flip that over. Put some dimensionals on there. We're going to do the draw right away. Where are my dimensionals? Here's still some nice long stem pieces. Yikes. Nice long stem pieces. Nice thin stem pieces. That's the word I'm looking for. And then maybe we will get our ribbon. 1 minute. I mean, there's no panic. I've gone an hour and 10 before, but I don't think we're going to finish the whole card. Because I will let you all go, and then I'm going to go hang with my man. And you know what? Let's just grab some of that stem. Look at that flower. Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Grab, grab, grab. Whoa, out of control here. All these little guys are easier to do with my nails. Pick that up. We forgot to stamp. Yeah, I am rushing. Can you tell? I forgot to stamp. So, in the event that you forget to stamp, let me show you what you can do. You're going to grab a piece of the scrap. And you know what? Let's just do, isn't that gorgeous? Come on. How do you not love this card? How do you not love this card? Let's do the same thing. Let's do Happy Belated Birthday with the gold embossing powder, and we're going to cut that. That looks good. That looks really good. And look at, this is also a butterfly that you can mask. So, so you can tell that I'm rushing, hey? That's not good, because it just feels very panicky. Cover your gold embossing powder. I'll just like, okay? I'm gonna cook my fingers here. Come back. Come back, come back. So is my heat gun like super, super loud when I do this? Because I feel like I still would rather heat emboss so you can see it happen rather than do it off camera, but maybe I should. I don't know. Okay, once it's melted, you want to stop, because there is such a thing as overheating it, and then it actually almost disappears again and goes back to what it was. Almost, I mean, it doesn't turn into powder, but did I get it all? I did. And you know what? With this one, why don't we fussy cut it this way? That is small and gorgeous. And birthday, let's just round our paper. Turn our paper is what I meant to say, not round. Round our paper, turn our paper. And that got really close. Good. I'm glad it's not too loud, because I do like heat setting in front of you. Let's get, somehow I think this might be, yeah, these are going to be too small. So now my do not disturb has automatically turned off because I set it for just an hour. That's okay. That's okay. There we go. So that's birthday. This is happy. Let's move that ucky mess out of the way so you get to see the beauty of the card. We're going to go happy. You know what we forgot to do on this one? We need our gems. I have gems. You got to have gems. Even though there's a ribbon, I'm like, no, I need gems too. So let's just finish it, because we're not panicking. But I did have my gold gems out somewhere, and they are right here. Let's use the druzy. Let's use the gold druzy. So we're going to put a large one here. You know what? I want to do this one first because I already have my ribbon on, and then I know where I'm going. We're going to go here to kind of highlight that happy, and then I want some medium size one. I want one there, and then I want one right down here. So there, now the gems are on it. Now that card is complete. Okay, we need our ribbon on this so that we know where we're going with the gems. So let's get our ribbon holder and our 3/8 ribbon. So you just lay it down across. You put an X. You make sure that this one here is not twisted, okay? So it's that way. This goes under, it comes over, and then it goes across. So Darlene, you really need to create a ribbon maker because it's such a game changer. And this is where you would kind of play with your ribbon and decide which way you like it laying. This is the front, that's the back. And so then I like to cut my ribbon at an angle, and I haven't wasted any. Okay, so then we just slip it off, put a little glue dot behind it. So we're going 1 hour and 10 because I still need to draw. Give it a press with the glue dot and put it right there. And if your tails are too long, you can cut them, but I am not minding that. I don't like it covering my birthday though. So put your ribbon down first. So we're going to go happy birthday like so. Okay, I love it. Love, love, love this. And then 2 medium size. So we will put that one there and another medium-ish one. And we're going to put that one right there. Now, we forgot to stamp. And so, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a nice stamp on that. So we can just go tone on tone again. And I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight. And we're going to just do the same thing. It's your day. I'm pretty sure it's mounted already. Where did I put it? Right there. Is that going to fit? Oh my goodness. It just fits. It just fits. Just. Okay, so let's just make sure that we are on there properly. We're going to fussy cut that, and we're just going to flat glue it right on to here because we forgot. You can't have that empty. That's just like wrong. So let's just follow the stamped image here, rounding things off. But we're going to flat glue that. And then we're going to do the draw. There we go. If ever you put too much liquid glue down and you're nervous, just let it sit. Let it sit for a while, and it'll still be tacky. It just won't be as oozy, okay, if that's a word. So we're just going to clean up a little bit. I didn't put too much on, but I'm just showing you that you don't have to panic and do it right away. okay? You've got time. And so if you grab your reverse tweezers, you can pick it up without sticking your finger in the glue, and we have our sentiment in there. Okay, just like that. And now let's do the draw. So you're either drawing for a Daffodil Delight or a Azure Afternoon card, okay? So Gail, thank you for sharing. I hope you're still here. Carol Schaefer, thank you for sharing, but she couldn't make it. Kathy's at work. Cheryl's away. Darlene is with us. Thank you for sharing. And Lucy, and I believe Lucy is at work. Let's see who the winner is of today's card and which one you want. They're so gorgeous. Now, the one that we're doing for class is just a little bit different, but we can change it up if we want to do it that way. I love that. And I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. I'm not looking. And I have one name, and the winner is Gail. You have won. Do you want the blue or the yellow? Azure Afternoon or Daffodil Delight? Which card do you want, my friend? Thank you so much for sharing and for coming, and come to class. You need to come to class. We all need that night out or that morning out or whatever. It's just very important. So my Monday class, Monday coming, the 16th, is at 9 a.m. Okay? Gail, you want the blue one? Done. It's yours. So ladies, thank you for joining me. Have a blessed day. The weekend's almost here, so I'm excited about that. Please keep Charlie Kirk's family in your prayers, okay? Such a tragedy. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye now. Talk to you later. Have a great, great rest of your day.